Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about the monthly pickups I got for August. Half of these are going to be other genre movies, but the other half are going to be horror, just a heads up. We'll save the horror toward the end, but the first one I ended up getting was Star Trek, the Kelvin Timeline trilogy. So I'm not a Trekkie by any means. I'm not really like a big fan. I haven't seen much. All I can really recall seeing is episodes here and there from the original series, and mainly the first episode. I rewatched that a bunch of times. For some reason, I'm not exactly sure why. It was good though. And I think like two or three episodes from the next generation, but none of the movies or these newer movies. So these will be my first films to watch. I know I should probably watch the other ones, but this was on sale from Best Buy, and it's those J.J. Abrams movies that he, basically the reboots. They're not sequels and they're not remakes. They're just kind of like their own thing, but still connected in a way. Um, I hear the first one's pretty good. The two sequels I've heard not so many good things about, but I still want to check them out. It's one of those ones that I think the HDR can look really good on. Um, and yeah, so here I'll open it while I go along. That way I don't have to do it at the end. There's those. Mine came like this, but when I was looking at unboxings, I saw 4K then Blu-ray, so that's a little interesting. Um, and it did come with a digital code. I already used it, and I just don't keep them if there's nothing really that cool on it. But yeah, happy to own these. I can't wait to watch them. I think they're gonna look pretty good on 4K. I believe they're all 2K upscales also. The next one I got was Wonder Woman. Uh, I love this movie. Well, I wouldn't say love. I really, really like it though. Um, DC, if you are a fan of those movies, you might know that maybe they didn't have the best start. I thought the previous ones were all fine, but Wonder Woman has always been kind of my favorite, at least until Birds of Prey. I know some people don't like that one either, but I really, really like it. But yeah, this was on sale for, I believe, 12. Yeah, this one was 12. And I ended up picking it up, had a slipcover, the whole brand new. So I always love when I can find brand new movies for cheaper prices. And I've only seen this twice, and both times were in theaters. So there's that. And all the digital codes have unfortunately been used. I do use all of them, in case you're wondering. But yeah, I saw it twice in theaters, and this was when I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this movie because I don't really like many of the other DC movies. But I actually really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm very excited for Wonder Woman 1984 to come out. So yeah, can't wait to watch this on 4K with that HDR. And the next one I got, Batman v Superman. Sorry if you hear the chair squeak. It's a little old. But this one I got for 14. This one is a funny story. So I hadn't seen this. I've seen scenes from it uh, before buying it, and that's really about it. And I heard not many people liked it. So I finally did see it, and I will admit I'm partially one of those people. I thought it was okay, It could have been a lot worse. They could have made this like a total disaster, but I think it's still a fun watch. I think what really makes this movie one of those ones that maybe is you just went into the theater not even too excited. You could have had low expectations and still be a little disappointed. The main thing is the fix could have been really easy. So if you're familiar with these movies, Man of Steel came out and it was like a darker spin for Superman. And Batman's supposed to be the dark one, so when you're doing Batman v Superman, it's a little hard to make him the darker one versus the lighter one, like he's all about good, and he's all about like this brute sense. So I think that's really what messed it up. I don't like watching Man of Steel. I don't think they were trying to make a cinematic universe. I think they were just trying to tell a new Superman story. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, I feel like the simple fix could have been rather than Batman being like, oh, Superman and his destruction, blah, blah, blah. And like, because again, Batman's this brute force type of guy where he does what he wants. He'll beat up anybody. I'm pretty sure does he kill people? I don't know. I'm more familiar with Batman in the film sense and a tiny, tiny bit in the comic sense. So, but anyways, I could, just to put it out there, I think the fix could have been Superman caused this destruction, and this movie begins with Superman maybe being very like distraught on what he did, and he can't live with it. He's just like, wow, I really caused all this destruction. I don't know how to live with it. And he hears about this vigilante causing destruction, and like on a miniature scale, of course. But he goes about, and when he goes to confront Batman, basically, he could easily be like, well, hey, I don't like that you're causing all these people distraught, you're beating people, you're leaving these people for dead. And Batman his response can be like, well, you did the same thing, so why are you mad at me? And I thought that would have been a really great kicker for the movie, but instead they do go the route where Batman sees the destruction and he doesn't like it, yet he kind of causes miniature destruction himself. So yeah, just putting that out there. I just thought that would be a good idea. Let me know what you think. But yeah, pretty good price. Got it brand new again. And there's the inside. And I am happy that the 4K cut, or the 4K had the Ultimate Edition. So I've only ever seen the Ultimate Edition. I haven't seen the theatrical version yet. So, but yeah, glad to own it. Again, I don't hate this movie. I thought it was fine, and I could see myself rewatching it in the future. And the next one I got for $10. There's a few titles at Best Buy for $10, so I thought, why not go see which ones? And I'm not one of those people that goes to buy a title just because it's cheaper on sale. I only do that if it's sparks interest. I'm not just gonna be like, oh well, I'm trying to build the 4K collection, so I might as well get this since it's on sale. I have to have some interest in it, even if it's based on the synopsis. I need some interest. So Hobbs and Shaw. I've seen the Fast and Furious movies, but I think up to 5. I never saw many of the sequels. I didn't see the one where, Paul Walker had passed by the time it was coming out, unfortunately. But I know these get really cheesy. I don't think you could see this movie ever being a sequel or a spin-off by just watching the first Fast and Furious, But that's what I like about it. When it comes to action, I either like some straightforward, really good action like Terminator 2, classic stuff like that, or cheesy, nonsensical action. So Hobbs and Shaw, again, I haven't seen this, I'll just say that. But seeing the trailer, like, essentially Idris Elba's character gets some super soldier type of serum, from what I can tell, and Hobbs and Shaw gotta stop him. We meet Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the movie. His name's, I'm not sure which is which. I believe he's Hobbs, but again, sorry if I'm wrong, but it's like in the trailer you see his family and they're all in like their cultural getup. I think I don't want to say anything wrong, but and it's just cool seeing them like go back and they're fighting like this super soldier guy, like, just from the trailer alone you can kind of expect what's going to happen. And again, I just really am a sucker for cheesy comedies that are like way out there. So this is going to be one to definitely watch. So can't wait to see it. Again, $10, brand new, not bad. And you know what? I guess I'll show you the inside before I move on. I've been doing that. There we go. And this came with a digital also. Again, used it, and there wasn't really anything on that little paper that I felt I should keep it. And the next one, also $10, Ex Machina. I have not seen this one. So a lot of these you'll notice I either haven't seen or I've probably watched millions of times. I'm weird like that. But I know this is supposed to be really good, won an Academy Award, and I believe it's more of a science fiction thriller. But one thing I didn't know about until right before purchasing was this is an A24 film. And my favorite stuff from A24, as of right now, I'd probably say my favorite is Uncut Gems, and if not that, The Witch or Hereditary. Probably The Witch. And I don't know if this was their first movie. I don't think it was, but I had no idea this was from A24, so I'm very excited to check it out. The only non-horror genre movie from them I've seen is probably Uncut Gems, at least to my knowledge, like what I can remember right now. So I'm excited to see this, especially excuse me, it's an Academy Award winner, and it looks like it's gonna be a fun time. When I was younger, I used to get this in Splice mixed up for some reason. Like when this came out, I thought it was like a Splice sequel. I have no idea if any of you know that movie. There's the inside. Nice, nice. Can't wait to check it out. And the next one is Skyscraper. Dwayne The Rock Johnson again. I almost said John Cena. But yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this in theaters when theaters were still open. At the time I'm recording this, theaters are closed. We're still in quarantine. And yeah, as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, this looks like it's going to be some like cheese straight up, and that's what I really want. It's Dwayne Johnson hanging from a skyscraper with explosions everywhere, trying to survive. Like, how can you not? It's basically like a cheaper, funnier Die Hard with Dwayne Johnson. This one, I think, it was either 10 or 12. I believe they were all 10, but I'll say 12 just in case. Really good, though. Well, you know, it looks like it's going to be really good, though, in the sense of just not taking it seriously. And that's what I want from these movies. And here's the inside and another 4K slip. There you go. This one didn't have a slip cover, but I'm not too much of a stickler when it comes to slip covers. If there's one with one, I'll get it, but if not, then it doesn't matter. And the next one, this is a TV show. I think the rest of the non-horror related items are going to be TV shows. Orange is the New Black, and this has been out a while. I've watched the entire series. I finished it. It's been over for I think almost a year now. I think it's been a year, or maybe less. But I thought it was a great show. I really liked how everything in the show played out. The writing was good. Some of the later seasons, I'd say the last two, you can be like, oh, well, it's getting a little old, but not in a bad way per se. You know, I think they stopped it at just the right time, and it was a really fun show. And what's her name? I think her name, there she is, Uzo Aduba. She's like the best part of this show, and she's going on to do new things too. So I think it's just really cool to see her in more things. She's great. She's probably my favorite character. Her name, I guess, Crazy Eyes, but I think her name's Suzanne, I believe. I'm trying to remember. Anyways, the reason I picked this up, the last season just came out and it's only on DVD, and that's I hate when they do that. I understand why. Essentially, if the Blu-rays aren't selling enough, because they sell the Blu-ray and the DVD and the 4K sometimes, if the Blu-rays aren't selling good enough, then they just cut that and they only release it on DVD. And if sometimes the DVDs don't sell good enough, they're going to just stop releasing those. That's usually how it works. But yeah, I was thinking maybe a box set might come out, like a full Blu-ray box set, but I don't know. It could happen. I just, they didn't release the last season separately on Blu-ray, so I'm like, I don't know if they'll put out a box set. Anyways, I got this because of that reason, and it was only $7, free shipping too. And very happy to own it. It is one of my favorite shows too, won't lie. It's actually, I think it's really well written. Can you hear me? Is it blocking the mic? And there's like a little episode list thing. But I just thought it was really well written. It's based on a book from the real Piper Chapman, who was in jail and writing about her experience. The show drifts very, very far from that, but that's what it's based on. But yeah, I figured it's just worth it to get them separately so I can get all the seasons on Blu-ray except the last one. That's kind of what happened with Wilfred, if you guys know that show. The first 2 seasons were on Blu-ray, and then they totally just stopped releasing them on Blu-ray, and the last 2 came out on DVD. Which, I like them all on Blu-ray, but at least we have a few of them, right? They did that with The Office, except backwards. The first 4 were on DVD, the rest on Blu-ray, and then the big full series box sets they have are always only DVD. And that's what I thought was going to happen with Orange is the New Black, so getting them separately. Let's put these in order. So these were all $10 each from Best Buy, I believe. I don't know what the sale was, why they were on sale. I don't think they're on sale anymore. But they are Rick and Morty. And I've been wanting to add these to the collection the film library for a while. I got into this kind of after the popularity of it. Um, just a lot of people always talking about that Szechuan sauce when that happened. You remember season 3 came out, and I think Pickle Rick too. He's still kind of popular. I guess people still talk about him. Now he's in memes where it's like, oh, Pickle Rick, it's funny, haha, like funniest shit I ever seen. If anyone knows that, that's also an old meme. So I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but yeah, I really liked the show. I watched kind of after the popularity died down, just because I think everyone gets in that mode where something's popular, and because people are like certain fans can get annoying about it, you're like, oh god, it's probably gonna be annoying, like the show, because you attach their annoyingness to it. But I loved it. As soon as I watched the first season, I binge watched the second and the third, and yeah, I'm like, okay, I really have to own these. There's that, and they all each have this artwork, really cool, and nothing on the spine or the back. I just really like that. And I believe each one is only one disc, because there's 13 episodes each season. 13 episodes each season. So there's season 1. And season 4 is actually going to come out, I believe, next month, September or October. I don't remember, but hoping to pick that one up like when it comes out. Season 2. And this one, I believe this one is when it started coming with digital. Right. I think season 2 is kind of my favorite. It's hard to say because I like about the same amount of episodes from each season. And you can try that. It is expired though. See if it works for you actually here. Go ahead, first come, first serve. Hopefully it works for you. I didn't bother trying it because it said expired. But yeah, it's hard to say which season is your favorite. Watching this one, I really liked it, but is it just me or did this one just seem really depressing? Like the jokes got really, really dark. Just like, wow, it's a really depressing season. And amazing artwork on this. This was like the best scene of that episode. That is so crazy. It just goes so crazy, and that's one of the things you like about it. Here's the inside for that. I'd have to say my favorite episode is probably either Rick and Morty's, like the memory one, or I think it's Galactic Television. I forgot what it's called. They're both essentially kind of formatted the same, and that's what I really like about them. All right, and now to get to the horror, Gates of Darkness. This is one of those, I think they're all indie films. I'm just going to call them that here until I can correct myself in the future, if I have to. You always see these at Walmart for like $10, and from what I know, they're all independent filmmakers putting out their movies, and when they come to DVD, only Walmart has them usually, or online, but again, nothing online is going to recommend it to you, you know? And this has Tobin Bell in it. If you know Tobin Bell, he's the voice of Jigsaw from the Saw movies. He's John Kramer, he's the guy from Saw. I haven't seen this yet, but yeah, the whole reason, I have a few back here if you can see at the bottom. All those DVDs, the majority of them are just either haven't come out to Blu-ray or 4K, or they're the independent films like this. And I just love finding films like this. I just saw one, I won't get it out, but it's over here, called The Mermaid's Curse. And it's a cheap film. The makeup's cheap, everything. But man, is that better than anything I've seen in theaters lately, which I haven't seen anything lately, but you know what I mean. So yeah, if you're not quite used to them, I'd recommend checking them out, because usually when I get them, they're always like fun watches, great cheesy horror. Sometimes they're just, they play it dark, but they have cheap effects. I really like a lot of them. And another one, The Haunting of Molly Banister. And again, I either will get these recommended to me, or I read the back, the synopsis, and they sound interesting. They're each like $10. I haven't seen one that's above $10. Most times they could be lower too. But this one looked really good. Looked like it was going to be a fun watch. That's all I can really say about it. Has a lot to do with dolls too. I was reading the back of it. But looks pretty good. And I'll show you the inside. I know I didn't show you the inside to the other one, but it's all like really basic, you know. The disc just matches the exact cover. The slip cover's not really different. But yeah, so Haunting of Molly Banister. And the next one, okay. So this is a Blu-ray, but I got it for for $4.99. And I actually didn't own it yet. I was very surprised. I was like, wait, I don't own that. So Monster House. Everybody loves this movie. Such a good Halloween classic nowadays. Just the concept in general, who would have thought this would ever be a thing, you know? I think it's just very original, very funny. Grew up with this, and just opening it gave me like a lot of nostalgic feels, because there's the Blu-ray. I've only owned this on DVD in the past, and it has the same DVD right there. So just seeing that, I was like, oh my god, I remember that disc when I was little. But yeah, happy to see how it looks on Blu-ray. It'll probably look somewhat standard. I'm so used to Blu-ray now. I don't know if it'll ever get a 4K. You know, some things you don't think, but then there's some Blu-rays out that you never thought would get a Blu-ray either. So, but yeah, Monster House. Happy to own that. And I did an unboxing for this one, 13 Ghosts. Such a just early 2000s greatness, you know. If you ever watch a movie from like the late 90s or the early 2000s, they always have that feel to them that just somehow can't be replicated. It's so weird. It's not as good as like the 80s movies with their feels, but it's very similar, you know. It's odd how similar it is. But this was put out from Scream Factory. It's a 2K scan of the film. Looks pretty good. A lot better than the DVD. And yeah, if it never comes to 4K, I'm actually really happy with how this looks. I was actually quite surprised, and I think you will be too. Cool artwork on there. I have a notification. And yeah, and I always switch it to the regular artwork. I do show the inside, but you know, there's an unboxing video if you want to see that. I guess I'll show you the back a little. Matthew Lillard. And the next one, VFW. I know this was a Shudder exclusive, and I love when Shudder or even Netflix hasn't really done it unless it's some TV shows, but I love when streaming services will put their stuff out to physical, because not only does it look better most of the time, but it's really cool to own them too. And VFW is about these veterans something, right? I totally forgot what it means. Anyways, it's about like this kind of veteran group place, and this girl's getting attacked, and she goes and hides out, and she's like, I'm getting attacked, I need help. And these old veterans band together to like protect her, and it's just so great. It's so cheesy goodness too. Not really cheesy, but you know, it's got that iconicness to it, so I really love it. Also, fun fact, I thought this was, excuse me. Yeah, shot's still good. I thought that was Will Ferrell, like before I got a close look or even looked at the cast. There's that. And I'm glad they're putting out 4Ks. I think Shudder's only put out Color Out of Space on 4K also, and that's it. And I think that's it. Is there another? There is another disc. Right there. Yeah. I think I got halfway through this, and I never ended up finishing it. I'll probably do that soon. It's been a little tough because I just started my college classes. But there's that. And not the last one, but the last one from this stack. Halloween on 4K. This was also $10. This was on sale. The majority of all these were like on sale cheap, except 13 Ghosts, or if it's a new title. But yeah, Halloween 4K. I had the Blu-ray when it came out and saw this in theaters. I think it's a great sequel. If you haven't seen it, I'd give it a chance, you know. And if you don't like it, it's understandable, I guess. It definitely feels, certain scenes in there can feel a little forced. But I'm glad to own it, especially on 4K. I think it's going to look real good. And I know it has a steelbook, but I'm not much for steelbooks. I always just like the standard release with a slipcover and like new, you know. But yeah, speaking of which, this is new. Got it for $9.99. Ordered it, and it came with a slip. And again, I'm not too much of a stickler, but I just always think it's cool, especially when this is a 2-year-old movie already, or 2-year-old release. But here's the inside. There you go. And yeah, I really thought, I think Nick Castle, that's his name, right? I think Nick Castle coming back as Michael Myers, again, he's not talking, but his movement is just like, it brings a lot to the character, and it's something that can't be really replicated, you know? So, Halloween 4K. And the last one here is a box set. So, I also unboxed this, uploaded it not too long ago, but here it is. Puppet Master, the 12 Blu-ray collection. This is from Full Moon, and I really, really just love this box set. It's so simple. It's just each release put into one with a nice box. Nice little synopsis there. Well, not synopsis, but you know. But yeah, I'm so happy that I have this now. In that unboxing, I said I've only seen the first one, and that still holds true. I haven't gotten to watching these yet, but I really want to sit down and binge these. These look so fun and cheesy, and Puppet Master's always had a little soft spot just because when I was younger, my dad had I think he had the first three, maybe. I don't know. I just watched the first one all the time when I was younger. Even when it like wasn't watching with him, I just still remember putting it on. He had like this den that was basically our movie room, and he had a shelf down there. Let's see if I can get one out real quick. And yeah, I just would always go down there, put it on, so I have really fond memories with it. And I think it's a pretty good movie. I really love older Full Moon movies, you know. It's weird, they look like they have better quality, but I think it's because everyone was using a film camera, and that's kind of why. And digital cameras differ, so there's that. And I show you excuse me, I keep talking too fast. I showed you the box set, so that was that. But let's get all these movies together. All right. So here's the little stack I got for the month of August. Pretty cool. Very happy with the releases. And yeah, we'll see what I get in September. Again, I really love finding those sales because then you could just get a lot for 1 month, and it's so nice. Some stuff, just a heads up, might get next month. I really want the Goonies, Beetlejuice, and I think the Alfred Hitchcock 4K collection is coming out next month also. So that'll be fun. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in whatever I do next.